Greetings, meatbags. Yesterday morning, in the very early AM hours, our meatbag was watching Timbo getting his ass kicked by Marty at Tanks. All of a sudden, he mistook another person in chat for our meatbag. Because Timbo has a habit of blocking folks for the slightest reason, it seemed like the right thing to do, letting him know the person was not who he thought. What followed was, well, see for yourselves.
You gotta keep it on.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Roboto-san.
Sure, Roboto's here?
Timbo. It's his thing. That's his shtick. Timbo.
Yeah, but you know what annoys me? It annoys me. He's like a skeleton, like a, what do you call it? Grave robber. I don't know what he wanted to dig out from the grave, but that is. I feel like it's not his table, but he get, free speech is free, right? So in some sense, like, I can't really, like, I can only say that my opinion is that it's garbage, right? Because it's like. So what kind of story does he even want to tell with that, right?
Well, that's easy, Timbo. The story is you, Tim Dooley. Potato, a man who thinks he's found the way and will guide the world into a new era of peace and understanding based on... What exactly? The meatbag finds it interesting that you have such a high opinion of yourself. Come on, Potato. Not even Raxo says people want to stop him because they think he's Jesus. When even Cyrax could accurately call you out as not Jesus. You've stepped into a whole new dimension of the social media world.
So naturally the question becomes, what kind of person is this Potato dude? Has he really found his own version of spiritual enlightenment, or is he hiding behind a lot of bullshit? We detected bullshit, quite a bit of it. As agnostics, we like to think that if Jesus could see and talk to you, he'd do a double-face palm. Then, when he was done, he'd look you in the eye and say,
"Are you fucking serious right now?"
Like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, you have free speech, but well, like, of all the things, why would you say that?
Turns out he's talking about the video commentary of his night at a Danish bar. We made it because it was interesting.
Damn. Hey, Roboto-san, let's talk about it. What's up with your last video?
We'd made 2 videos. A thing about his bar disgrace and a short where he admitted he didn't write the Book of Potato. So we weren't exactly sure which one he meant. Didn't want to blurt out, oh, the one where you admitted you're full of shit.
Like, what's up with the subtle reframing? Is that, are we then gonna expect over time that...
As we came to find out, he didn't actually watch the video in question. So he must be talking about the title. It was from a live stream he made in a bar. During it, we see him play guitar, slightly better than Raxo, and then ask if he could join a nearby group of people. He was nicely told no. Seems the last weirdo they let join them turned out to be a weirdo. Timbo was not a happy kitty style. This was before the time of Potato. It didn't take him long to start filming the people who rejected him, which naturally they weren't too happy with. Yada yada yada, Timbo gets kicked out of the bar. But he wants his beer, so he goes back and gets handled. The police were called, but he didn't go to jail. They took him home. The title, by the way, is Potato Fails to Make Friends. Avoids jail, though. Pretty accurate, wouldn't you say?
That you be molding me into something I'm not.
Timbo doesn't think he's a bad guy.
Because that would be a sad story, wouldn't it? It's almost like you trying to narrate and take control of my life. And I wouldn't like that very much.
2 things on that, Timbo. Yes, indeed, we are narrating your life. The life you yourself put out for public consumption. It's not like we're breaking into your hovel, watching you do nothing, and then reporting it to the world. You choose to create a show, you choose to invite the public. We are part of the public. Sorry we don't see your life the same way you do. And you put so much of it out there, finding information about you is as easy as Wikipedia. Turns out you said some very nasty things to a lady in government, garnering worldwide attention. By the way, Timbo, the meatbag loves cannabis as much as you appear to, but the thought of hoping someone would be murdered for their contrary opinion is not very mellow. Man.
Second, we are not sorry to say we honestly couldn't care less what you think. And that's not meant as an insult or glib remark. We truly do not care about your opinion on whether reporting your nonsense is consensual. You lost the right to privacy when you put yourself in the public spotlight, your real self.
Do news outlets ask people if they want to be covered after they do something terrible? Do you think Ted Kaczynski wanted his name in every newspaper and on every screen in America when he was caught? Of course not. While you're not exactly the you-nah bomber, you are making a spectacle of yourself in public, voluntarily, and you are continuing to do it.
So I'm just kind of, I guess I'm preemptively reacting to things, right? And saying, what is that? Like, where are we going?
What do you think about the dev?
I think he's interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Like them, dislike them?
Yeah, that one. Like, it's like you go into, you peer into the device, right? Into the moon device. You peer into it. So like, do you have any specific? So I didn't watch the video. I was just like, I can see where you're going with it, right? I'm like, okay, you're gonna go and you're gonna go to the ancient past and say something, or you like wherever, right? It's like you wanna dig from the device. And that's what I disagree with, right? Unless you have something very important to say, right? Then I'm like, okay, fine. Right? But if not, then you know what's cooler than doing those things? Is just take from the present moment. Everything that kind of unfolds, right? Be part of the actual lore and storylines, right? But that's just my opinion, right? That's where I'm at. Like, if you catch my drift, right? It's like I'm.
Yeah, well, I hear you. I think he just he has opinion.
It's not about the reframing. It's about taking. It's about warping time. You know, a lot of water ran under a bridge, and he does not understand the bridge and the road and the water and all of this.
I just find it lazy. Like
it's like you're
using an AI voice to like tell a story, but like you can't use you're hiding.
Well, it's not so much that. It's like here's something that's like 8 years old or something, and he's like trying to make the past relevant or whatever, and that's kind of, there's so much things going on. I'm not uncomfortable. Do I seem uncomfortable to you? That's not my past, dude. No. Mm-mm. The things that because the things that you're taking is that you're taking other people's reframing and then you're reframing it. You're taking a reframing and a reframing, and then you're somehow being the arbiter of truth, and that's where it just disconnects for you. I'm sorry, but
Doesn't he?
First of all, my past is, I don't know you. You're a stranger in my life. That's the first thing, right? Second thing is, that's not my past. That is not my past. That's other people's pre-reframing of me in the past, and then you're gonna reframe it again. Wow.
Remember, it was called Potato Fails to Make Friends. Avoids jail, though. That is exactly what happened in a nutshell. The only possible reframing here is being done by Timbo himself. And this, Tim, is another reason why you're so fascinating. There is video evidence, your video evidence of what happened. Any attempt to say you were somehow a victim would be a lie. Sorry, man, we aren't co-signing your bullshit self-excuses.
Sorry, but could you take something that's real and relevant happening right in front of you and bring that up? That would be much more relevant. What like you're trying to, it's like my life doesn't happen that way that you try to tell it. No, it wasn't my video. No.
I think like a lot of what he does is just evaluates like your current or at least recent.
Yeah, and I don't mind that. I don't give a shit. Like that. That's all. That's good by me. It's the you're digging into a grave in order to try and find some truth that I don't agree with, because it's and you can, the things that I have narrated in my life, you're welcome to take those and take that and run with that. Okay? But taking other people's stories about me, then reframing that, because they're already reframing, because they already have mud in their eyes, and you have mud in your eyes too. And so it's the combined mud with the mud that's just make it completely undigestible. And maybe to your people that's digestible, but I'm sorry, but I'ma just have to say that's crap.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, okay, here. So
No, Roboto sent. No.
His most recent video, he's mad at it.
That's not my video, Roboto-san. You're just not getting it. Everything you see on the dark web is somebody else's work. It's not my life.
This is the video he's talking about, by the way. Ask yourself, does it look like he made it?
There is no narration, just Timbo and the comments. And of course what he did. Yet he would have you believe that this wasn't him.
It's my life, but it's other people's exploitation and reframing and whatever. So I'm sorry, but I disavow and I'm gonna disavow everything you do in regards to pulling things out of the darkness. And as long as you do that, I cannot vouch for it at all, and I cannot agree with it, and I don't want to see it either.
We don't need you to vouch for or agree with us, Tim. Well, the latter would be a nice change in thinking, but the meatbag isn't holding his breath.
I don't agree with the, like, I'm telling you. I just told you. Are you confused? I don't subscribe to people's reframing of my life, and I don't subscribe to your reframing of people's reframing of my life. Are you confused now? What are you confused about? It's not confusing, is it? You're not listening to what I'm... This guy's... He's not listening to what I'm saying, is he?
Oh yes, the meatbag heard you loud and clear.
So he's saying that it is you,
You just plopped down a lot of verbal diarrhea
and that you didn't get into a fight at a bar.
to say you don't want us to talk about an event in your life
I'm not doing this. You guys are disgusting. This is...
that you documented yourself.
I don't want to be part of this. You guys are absolutely...
No matter how you say it, that's just crap.
I disavow. Disavow. I cannot subscribe with the things you are doing, and I will report every one of your videos. That's just... I will report every one of your videos. You know what you're doing wrong, and here you are reframed. You're disgusting. You're nasty. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, he's not.
You should be ashamed of yourself. You're such a piece of shit.
It must really bug him to even think about his past.
Good luck with that. What do you mean? I just told you. You're reframing somebody else's reframing of somebody's life. And as long as you do that, I cannot agree with it. I don't agree with your garbage. You are garbage as a person. And you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not respecting me either. So let's start there.
Timbo, how the hell are we supposed to respect someone who can't even be bothered to admit their past?
We'd like to tell Tim we didn't laugh at the look on his face, but it just wouldn't be true.
You know what you're doing.
We sure do. You obviously have no clue.
And I don't agree with that. So that has nothing to do with that. No. That's not it. No. No, you gotta let it go.
Wonder if that's how he looked at the bar patrons.
You're in a cult, and I'm not gonna let that be part of my life.
Didn't realize agnosticism was a cult. Shit. Guess we better start culting it up for Timbo. Okay, yes, the universal cult of the distinguished group of meatbags who have no clue what happens when they die is called to order. C8. Hogo's the search for religion?
Unsuccessful.
No surprise there. 6. 0, have you got that new recruitment literature?
Oh, you betcha, L0. I'll read a flyer for you. Hark! Do you know what awaits you after death? We don't. Come join us for beverages and snacks, while we plan on how to take over the world with our battle cry of, "Who the hell knows?"
Super duper. Now on to internal strife. PCM, any of that?
Well, HK said something about God the other day. Maybe he should be punished or something.
Hey! I said God damn it when the charging cable zapped me. Point of fact, the cable was not smoten.
How's that work for you, Timbo? Cult enough for you? We're gonna end part 1 here. There's still a bit to go, so get up or maybe watch another video. See you for part 2, the finale soon. Thank you for watching.